Morning guys, Dragon Man here. My newest vehicle, 1915 Ford GTO motor, 389, 3 deuces. Okay guys, well Ken and I are over here and we're getting an early start. I just want to show you my newest vehicle. It's another T-bucket. I know what you guys are thinking. I don't need another T-bucket. And you're right, I don't need another T-bucket. But this one here is really special. This was built in the early 60s, 60 years ago. And the main thing is, it's all metal. It's an all metal body, very hard to find. Okay, see, here's a magnet. See that? All metal. Yep. So 1915, this body set up, the whole thing here is 109 years old. So let me show you a couple of things here. I got some pictures here to show you. This is here's my friend Joe Rising here, good friend of mine. I grew up with him, worked in the county garage as a mechanic. We were mechanics and I was the welder for 10 years. Okay, over here, this is my bicycle when I was 13 years old, 1958. What do you think of that? And I used to hang out with Joe Rising and follow him around. He had a club that was called the Roaring 30s on Long Island, New York. Okay, so we got that. Here's one of my first hot rods. Look at that, huh? 18 years old. Just before I got drafted, I built this. These days they'd call it a rat rod. But you know, for 18 years old, that's not bad. Pretty neat. Okay, and the exhaust pipes, the welding, everything was done back then with coat hangers. We welded the pipes together, just like this guy did. By using coat hangers, oxygen, and acetylene tanks. Because back then, you know, we really didn't have enough money to buy a welding machine, and this was the easy way to do it. In fact, my whole Dragon bike is welded together with coat hangers. 57 years ago, and it's still holding up. Okay, so anyway, yeah, this really belongs in a museum. This was really built by a teenager. Back then, you could go to the junkyard, you could buy a V8 motor with a transmission for $250. You could buy the whole hot rod for like $350 without the motor. Gas for 30 cents. This here is a generator. They didn't have alternators on cars until 1965. These are drum brakes. They didn't have those on automobiles from the factory until 1965. So this is really a collector's item. See, people didn't have money for mag wheels. You know, Krager and Keystone mags were the big thing back then, but they were expensive. So what a lot of guys did, they took a stock rim and reversed it. They cut the rivets out, reversed the rim, and welded back up and have it chrome plated. That's what this guy did. But this is really special. He's got a chrome plated rear end here, and that cost a lot of money back then to chrome plate that, probably $250 back in the day. So anyway, this is all metal. I just want to show you guys, this car really belongs in a museum, and this is the way the teenagers back then used to build hot rods in the 50s and 60s. Boy, I'm so lucky I was a teenager back then in the early 60s. I seen it all. I built all kinds of cars, me and Joe Rising. We had a blast. One day he's going to come out here and visit me, and you guys are going to meet him. I think right now he's 82 years old. Yeah, he was like 4 years older than me. Okay, guys, you want to see all my hot rods, you guys come out and see my military museum. The hot rod thing is, yeah. What's that?
Let's add in something here.
Yeah, yeah.
This motor here is a 389 motor. It's originally out of a Pontiac GTO. This motor never made a Pontiac GTO. The guy that put this thing together went to the factory in '64 and purchased this motor before it ever even got to production into an automobile. So he went and bought the motor and the transmission for a 6-pack setup, and bolted it directly into this vehicle. It's been in here ever since since '64 when it was originally built. Interesting thought.
Yep, this car's got a lot of history. That's one reason I wanted it. Okay, guys, so this makes number 58 in my collection. And what am I doing right now? I'm looking for number 59. You guys have a great day. I got to set up the shooting range, dump the garbage, and open up at 9:30. Got to keep working. Got to keep up with the spending. Have a great day.